everybody, welcome in. Let's get into a video regarding Lilly and Jack Sullivan. Let's touch on the timeline, the mother Malehya, Cody Sullivan, Daniel Martell, and what does Cindy Murray have to say. And with that, let's get into it.
MonkieMar covers true crime stories. The missing, murder, forensics, motive, suspects, trials. Unbiased, no filter, addicted crime junkie, MonkieMar. Leave the hate at the door.
Not one, but two missing children. A dog that barks at everything, a mother who left on the second day, a father who hasn't seen the kids in 3 years, and a stepfather trying to piece things together.
How bizarre is this story of Lilly and Jack Sullivan? I do not know if I've ever heard of two siblings disappearing into the woods and being gone this long. The only thing I can think of is when children are kidnapped by one of their parents. If you know a story similar to Jack and Lilly, drop it below in the comments. Let's go back to April 29th of 2025, the last day these two were seen at school. There is a lot of controversy on the timeline. Look at how sweet Lilly and Jack are. Let's get into this brief timeline on Lilly and Jack Sullivan, who lived with their mother, Malehya Brooks-Murray, stepfather, Daniel Martell, in Nova Scotia, Canada. And my goodness, is their home surrounded by dense woods, steep banks, and some serious thick brush. May 1st of 2025, Lilly and Jack were seen in public with family members. May 2nd, 10 a.m., the children were reported missing. RCMP launched a search, and no Amber Alert was issued due to lack of abduction evidence. Over 160 searchers, including RCMP volunteers, dogs, drones, and helicopters, secured the area. A footprint was reportedly found. That was between May 3rd and May 6th. May 7th, RCMP scaled back the search, citing how survival likelihood and no confirmed sightings. May 8th through the 9th, underwater recovery teams searched local bodies of water. No evidence found. May 17th to 18th, renewed search with 150 volunteers and still no trace. May 28th, RCMP confirmed the children were seen in public on May 1st. Public asked for dashcam footage from April 28th to May 2nd, June 1st to the 2nd. Targeted search resumed near Gerlach Road and a nearby pipeline trail where a boot print was found. No new evidence. And where are we today? Let's just dig into the backgrounds a little bit of them being in Canada. It's actually a pretty difficult, but from what we know, Malehya Brooks-Murray, she was born in Nova Scotia, where she lived with her children in Lansdowne Station. She is the daughter of Cindy Murray. And Cindy has remained quiet and supportive throughout the investigation, because do not think that just because I am not putting out videos on Jack and Lilly does not mean I am not following every move But she did come out with a interview, Cindy Murray, and I am going to play that. Malehya's relationships. Cody Sullivan is the biological dad to Lilly and Jack. They were together for about 3 years, from what I gathered from Cody's mother, Belinda Gray, which she stated that their relationship began as picture perfect but deteriorated over time. Malehya told Belinda she was unhappy and eventually petitioned for sole custody of the children. After that, Cody withdrew from their lives. From what I hear, he has not seen the children for 3 years. And despite the custody dispute, Belinda said that Malehya initially allowed her to have visit to the children. That contact ended when Malehya moved in with her new partner, Daniel Martell. That's a little bizarre, in my opinion, a little bit of a red flag. Malehya and Daniel Martell, they have a baby daughter named Meadow. Malehya did an interview on May 3rd, 2025, which, if you have not seen it, I will drop a little clip where she described Lily and Jack as happy go lucky and extremely sweet, countering online rumors that they were nonverbal or had severe development issues. We also know that she left the family home shortly after Jack and Lily went missing to stay with her mother in another part of Nova Scotia. And according to Daniel Martell, she blocked him on social media and has not returned to the home they shared. I have a video with an interview of Daniel Martell, which I am going to play more than a smidge. And we all know the conspiracy theories are circling around Malehya's role, her actions. I did hear that Daniel Martell took a lie detector test, which he does speak about in his interview. RCMP have not named her as a suspect, and there is no public evidence implicating her in the children's disappearance. We also know that RCMP came out and said there is no evidence that the children were abducted. I will give my thoughts at the end. We know she cooperated early with the police, and her emotional appeal, suggesting a mother in distress, but her retreat from the media spotlight has left many of us with questions. What are your thoughts on Malehya and if she has any role in the disappearance of her children, besides the fact that she was not watching and they were able to roam away? Let's listen in to Malehya's interview on May 3rd, 2025. And let's listen closely because I found more than one a thing that makes me go, hmm.
I'm just staying as hopeful as possible. I want them home. I want to hold them. And I want them home. What happened was we woke up, I heard them playing in the next room beside us, and I was drifting in and out of sleep. And they're not the type of kids that we tell them not to go outside on their own. We always make sure that we're out there with them, watching them. And they happen to just get out that sliding door, and we can't hear it when it opens. And they were outside playing.
They contradict each other in their interviews. She couldn't hear them. They got out the back door and they were outside playing. How do you know they were outside playing? Is it only me or does anybody else get a Megan Boswell vibes?
But we weren't aware of it at the time, and the next thing we knew, it was quiet, and we get up and I tell him, my partner Daniel, I tell him, do you hear the kids? And he says no, and we get up instantly. We're looking outside, we're looking everywhere, yelling for them, and I instantly just call 911. I just had the instinct I needed to call. They're both really go-lucky children. They're so sweet. They talk to anyone. They'll talk your ear off. They will speak to anyone in a store. Everyone. They're just extremely sweet kids. I appreciate the huge search effort going on right now. But we've been pushing for an Amber Alert, which hasn't been issued, not just that they could possibly be abducted, which it is a possibility that they could have been, but just an alert to let everyone know that they are missing. We had people text me saying that they weren't aware someone else let them know that they were missing, and it would just be nice if everyone could be alerted. We thought maybe that we found tracks, but it's still uncertain. It's been raining and they're probably soaking wet, but with the sun today, I'm hopeful that they are feeling warm. We're all filled with pain and sorrow because we just want them found. We want them home. Everyone loves them. They are definitely verbal, and they do have possible autism, but it's not extreme autism. It's just they have issues with school, and they don't catch up with the other kids. I just want to remain hopeful. But there's always, in a mother's mind, you're always thinking the worst. Last night was one of the worst nights because I didn't have them in their beds. And I don't want to go through that another night without them.
There are so many what ifs in Malehya's interview. I do not hear how much I love them, how much I miss them, the sorrow of them not being here. This is the part that really makes me wonder. April 28th through May 1st, the children were seen in public with Malehya, Daniel, and their baby Meadow. Surveillance footage captured them at the store near Highland Square Mall. And on May 1st, Malehya notifies the school that Lilly and Jack will be absent. On May 2nd, around 6:15 a.m., Malehya again reports the children absent. Then at 10 a.m., she calls 911 to report them missing. She and Daniel say they were feeding their baby when Jack and Lilly slipped out a silent sliding door. This is not what you just said on the interview, and it is not what Daniel said. Let's listen in on what Daniel said about that morning. Something with this Malehya is not rubbing me the right way. Was there a typo on that timeline, or is it just me wondering why Jack and Lilly were called out of school on May 1st? What's even more mind-boggling is on May 2nd, around 6:15 a.m., Malehya again reports the children absent from school. Then at 10 a.m., she calls 911 to report them missing. And that's when she claims her and Daniel were feeding the baby. So you've already decided they weren't going to school and you call them out. You go back to bed, and then 3 hours and 45 minutes later, they are gone. Drop your thoughts on this because I know I'm not the only one that thinks something is definitely off regarding the kids missing school and then going missing. Something else that just popped into my head. If you were up feeding, okay, so you're up at 6:15, you let the school know the kids are not going to be there, and then sometime between 6:15 and 10 a.m., you're feeding the baby, but did you ever get up to feed Jack and Lilly breakfast? I mean, 4 and 6. Is Lilly feeding Jack? Something is very off, in my opinion. In this video, I am basing everything off of the facts from RCMP and from what Malehya, Daniel, and both parents say. After, we will dig deeper into more of a who, why, what, and what are our thoughts. But this is where it gets weird. Let's listen to what Daniel said the morning Lilly and Jack went missing.
And a stepfather trying to piece things together.
It's been a long 6 weeks. Everybody basically in the world at this point is always wanting to know like what happened. Malehya and the baby were asleep. Lilly came in multiple times. I was not in deep sleep by any means. And then about 20 minutes passed, and then when I woke up, Malehya was right beside me. She was still asleep. And I said, I don't hear Lilly and Jack.
We are jumping back and let's listen one more time to what Malehya said about that a morning.
But we weren't aware of it at the time, and the next thing we knew, it was quiet, and we get up and I tell him, my partner, Daniel, I tell him, do you hear the kids? And he says, no. And we get up instantly. We're looking outside. We're looking everywhere, yelling for them. And I instantly just call 911.
I am not buying it. Something about Malehya does not sit right with me. As far as Daniel, I don't know. Megan Boswell. I mean, then we've got Quentin Simon's mom. I just feel down deep inside that she knows. And the fact with the police radio chatter finding a piece of the blanket and a boot print with little Jack wearing a blue dinosaur boots. We are going to get into the mother of Malehya and the mother of her first boyfriend, Jack and Lily's father, and see what they have to say. Only because this video is getting long. Or we may just show up alive. Drop your comments. And with that, it is a wrap. Everybody, thank you for coming in. Please make sure you click that like, the subscribe, and the bell for notifications so you do not miss the next time we drop a video. Everybody, have a good day or a good night wherever you are in the world and stay vigilant. I am out.